Welcome to all of my Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising folks, or anyone else who felt called to watch this video. This is your Tarotscope video from me, Gabby Turner, for the lunar month, beginning with the new moon on March 13th and ending with the following new moon on April 11th. For you astrology geeks out there who want to look at how the moon cycle is moving throughout the signs and at which degrees the new moon, full moon, and the final new moon in this cycle will be, all of that information is down below so you can see how it's going to interact with your own specific natal chart more personally. All right, so we're going to be looking at career and money, romance, and then we're going to sum up the reading with some spiritual insights from your spirit guides. Of course, if you're more interested in certain parts of the video than others, you can use the timestamps below to navigate through the video. I think that's pretty much all I have to say. We're going to go ahead and get started now with career and money. Okay, Leo, let's see what's going to be happening with your career this month and your money. Career and money. Let's see, I'm just going back to the old classic Rider-Waite-Smith deck for you guys. Okay, for career we have the Five of Cups. Okay, for money we have the Four of Wands. So first of all, I will say just with your money, it feels like you are achieving a very happy milestone. So just in terms of your actual financial abundance, this month it feels very positive. I feel like you'll be rejoicing. Maybe you'll be able to do something nice with your money, like, you know, have a nice, I don't know, just do something to sort of celebrate. You'll have the money to celebrate a little bit this month, I feel like. Yeah, of course, you know, you can't necessarily have a whole bunch of people together because of the circumstances that we're in, but I feel like you'll be able to find some way to sort of celebrate something this month with other people. So it feels very happy and joyous, and there's money there to support that happiness and joy. Okay, so with your career though, I do feel like there's a bit of an emotional struggle with you guys this month with the Five of Cups. Now we're going to see how we can improve this energy because nothing is set in stone here. Yeah, it's sort of like, I feel like, you know, you may feel when it comes to your career this month that you have not gotten to where you want to go. This guy is so focused on these three cups that have spilled over that he doesn't notice the two cups behind him that are still upright. And he's also not noticing. He's like, I haven't gotten to where I wanted to get in life because these three cups are spilled. Well, listen, you've still got plenty left. And if you just stop moping around, you could see that you can easily walk over to this bridge, cross this bridge, and get to this castle over here. So whatever that castle symbolizes for you, whatever your career goal is that you don't think you've yet achieved, you are still on the journey. You know, our whole lives are the journey. You know, there's no end point where it's like, okay, I can just stop and completely coast in life. There might be moments where we can kind of coast, right? But, you know, we're always going to be working towards something, most of us. And I feel that there's actually like a lot of happiness to be found. Like you have fulfilled so much in your career life and you are not allowing yourself to experience the joy of that because you're thinking too much about what you haven't accomplished, what you don't have yet. How can Leo shift this energy? Yeah, I mean, it's just the devil reversed. Some of you might be comparing yourselves to other people. That is never helpful. You know, all you can do, the most helpful thing you can do is compare yourself to yourself. Where was I 5 years ago? Where was I 10 years ago? My feeling is that for you guys, if you really notice how you've improved your own life in terms of your career over the last several years, or like what have you done to improve yourself, it's going to be a lot. You know, you don't have the same life. Your journey is not the same journey. You're not here to compete with other people. Whatever other people are accomplishing with their life, that's them. It has nothing to do with you. You know, what your soul wants and needs out of this lifetime is not going to be the same as what someone else's soul wants and needs. So focus on you. And I feel like you're going to be much more satisfied when you do that. If you're always comparing yourself to other people's success, you know, who you feel have more than you, you know, those same people, they might be doing the same things and walking around miserable themselves. So what if you got to where they are? Then you would just find other people to compare yourself to, and you'd just always be in the same miserable boat. Cancer. Yeah, I think that some of this attitude maybe comes from the past or your upbringing. What was it about your home life? We have the Ten of Cups here. What was it about your home life that made you feel that enough was never enough? It could be that you need to do some healing of these childhood wounds that have led you to feeling this way. Yeah, Pluto. Yeah, I mean, maybe there was just a lot of pressure put on you at some point in your life, and you sort of absorbed that, and now you put so much pressure on yourself. I mean, that will lead you to succeed, but do you not want to also enjoy your success along the way? So I think if you just want to focus on patting yourself on the back, you know, maybe in terms of this, whatever you're doing this month to celebrate, you're using your money to sort of celebrate something. Celebrate yourself as well. Do something nice for yourself. You know, give yourself some sort of pat on the back for a job well done, because it looks to me like you've gotten really far. You just happen to be someone with some big ambitions. And keep going, and you're going to get to those ambitions, but you want to be able to enjoy them when you get there. So practice doing that now. Because otherwise it's just going to be the same thing no matter what you accomplish. You're never going to be able to appreciate it. So sit down and really think about the past and how you have gotten from your past to your present, and just be in this appreciation for yourself, for all of it, because there's so much to appreciate. All right, so that's pretty much all I have to say about this section of the reading. So let's go ahead and move on. All right, Leo, let's see what's going on in your romantic life. We have love reversed, respectful reversed, and fulfilled reversed. Okay, so this is interesting. I feel like this also is a matter of perspective. You are loved. You know, if you're watching this and you have a particular person in mind, that person loves you. And I feel like the issue is, because respectful is also reversed, the two of you may not be totally recognizing how much the other person loves. You both are not totally recognizing how much each other loves the other one, because there's some sort of... neither of you is really feeling respected by the other person right now. Yeah, trapped, reversed. Imprisoned, cornered, stuck. Nobody is stuck here. Both people are in this because they're choosing to be here. Both people are emotionally involved, or if this is a relationship, both people are in this relationship because that's what they're choosing. No one is stuck here. No one has to be here, right? You know, this person is here by your side because they are choosing to, because they see this relationship or this connection as having the potential to be incredibly fulfilling. Of course, the fulfilled card was reversed as well, so they're not feeling totally fulfilled. I think both of you might feel like the other person is kind of trying to trap you or limit you in some way. And so it feels like there's some sort of lack of respect, that there's maybe a little bit of control going on between the two of you. So let's see what guidance Spirit has here. How can this be made better? Yeah, I think that the real issue here is that you and this other person are not seeing eye to eye. You're just having an inability to see the other person's perspective, And perhaps you're interpreting that as this person doesn't love me, but they do love you. And this other person is interpreting it as this connection or this relationship is not fulfilling me. It has that potential and it seems blocked. You know, nobody here is wanting to leave this. Nobody here is wanting to really walk away from this. I think that, you know, with the Tower here, part of what's leading this other person to feel unfulfilled, and again, these energies could be switched, so you might be the one who feels unfulfilled. But someone feels unfulfilled in this, and it's because they're trying to express something that you are not paying attention to. You're not hearing it. You're not listening. You're not trying to see from their perspective, or you just have an inability to understand their perspective because it's not your own. Sometimes we can't really understand what someone has been through simply because we haven't walked in their shoes. Yeah, so it feels like someone here in this connection is very frustrated that they're not being heard and understood. And the other person feels just simply that they're not loved. They're not loved by the other person. Maybe both people really don't feel understood. Definitely both people are feeling a lack of respect here. So I feel like to shift this, it is really going to require both of you to really try to understand the other person more. Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes and try to understand their experience and how they view things based on that experience, which is different from your experience. And also just to trust that nobody is wanting to leave this. Yeah, Judgment reversed. Nobody wants this to end. So if you've been worried about that this person wants to leave you, I don't feel that that is the case. I think that both of you are very attracted. For those of you who are not yet in a relationship, both of you want that. Both of you are really wanting the same thing here, but it just feels like neither of you feels quite heard. So if you want the other person to go out of their way to understand you, you have to do the same thing for them. So I feel like there is safety and security here. And this is a learning process. Communication is very important to a relationship. And if you want this 10 of Pentacles to happen, if you want this secure future, which is definitely possible, that's going to be a skill that needs to be worked on. All right, so that's what I'm getting for you guys for romance. And I hope that that was helpful. I'm going to go ahead and move on into the spirituality section. We're just going to get a beautiful final message from Spirit. Okay, for this part of the reading, I'm just going to let Spirit do all of the talking. I'm just going to read this postcard that they have sent you. Which of these postcards is for my Leos out there? Sun, Moon, Rising, or anyone else who happens to be watching. What do they need to hear? Well, let me do the old-fashioned this way. It could be this one. I think this is the one that came up in one of the other it kind of looked like that on the front. Let's see. So we've got two postcards for you guys. No, this is different. It just kind of had a similar pinky color. Okay, let's see what we got, Leos. And it's about telling stories. And I always feel like Leos are one of the signs that are best at storytelling, because you all can really captivate your audience and put a lot of emotion and, I don't know, joy into your storytelling. Okay, dearest you, on Earth, humans learn about life by telling stories and creating new ones based on shared experiences. Eventually, after repeating one often enough, it becomes your main story that you use to define yourself and the world. So to get the answers you seek, you must get vulnerable and hear your story when you tell it. Ask, why do you tell it? Is it really true? What else can be true? Can you see the truth that spirit is in all things? Do you see how other stories overlap and intertwine? Spirit loves stories, for they are like blueprints for co-creation. So tell the one we know to be true about you, a story of courage, gratitude, and honesty. Tell an empowered story about well-being, wisdom, and grace. You will experience your world according to the story you tell about it, so make sure they're stories you're proud of. Genuine Loving Fan Club. Yeah, for those of you who watched the career portion, that was a bit of an issue that was coming up. What story are you telling yourself about your career? Because it's a beautiful story, but some of you may not be telling it as a beautiful story. All right, let's see what else we've got. Dearest you, as you think, so will you experience life. Thoughts are that powerful, and they need minding. Let the unruly, chaotic ones settle down so that they serve you or get released instead of wreaking havoc. These thoughts arise when connected to the energy of fear and often masquerade as truth. Yet the real truth is that essentially all is well. Of course, you have thoughts that are positive, strong, organized, accepting, creative, open, and so on. Those are the ones we want you to keep thinking, and they have a less frantic quality. They're stimulating in a good way, and they don't get away from you. How do you keep an inner eye on your thoughts? Meditate and leave judgment out of the mix. Everyone has those fearful thoughts. Love them, love yourself, and then choose the thoughts you want the world to reflect back. Life is not as hard as you think. Loving you so much. All right, so Leo, I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.